Hey guys, this is Cam for 15. I'm back with another More Than a Married Couple episode review for you guys as we continue on with this really good story. Really good story. Um, I thought today's episode was a solid episode. Um, Out of the let me check actually. I believe we have had 5 episodes. Or 4 episodes. Out of the 4 episodes, probably my weakest episode, probably my weakest so far because I don't know, I just felt like not a lot of progress was made. It was just kind of some things there just from the stand. Yeah, you get the kind of the progress there in terms of the relationship between Akari and Jirou just from the standpoint. We find out that Jirou actually is Akari's first kiss. But overall, I feel like nothing ultimately was like game changing progress made. But I guess you want to talk about the game changing thing is it only furthers the whole thing at the end about the Minami situation is I guess furthering the progress of the fact that Akari is eventually going to stop focusing on Minami and she's going to focus squarely on Jirou now. But let's get into this week's episode. So coming off last week, the thing is it's just they're sitting around in the gym and then pretty much Akari's friends and everything are talking and then Jiro's talking to his boy. And pretty much they both bring up the mentions about their own individual crushes having some sort of rumor. And pretty much the rumor is the fact that Minami and Shiori won't break up with each other if they get to A rank and switch partners and everything. Now, we get a little bit more clarification on Shiori's side, but apparently it seems with Minami that's a different case. So yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. That kind of is throwing them up in arms in a bit. Jirou kind of looks a little bit blue because of this information. And Akari looks a little bit worried about this too. It's absolutely hilarious. I forget what line she actually says, but it was a funny line where her friends end up saying like, "Oh, Akari, why don't you just marry me?" and everything, which was absolutely hilarious. Funny lines, funny scene right then and there. But yes, going on into the later part of the episode, after I guess their gym class was done, Jirou actually meets up with Shiori, and Shiori actually meets up with Jirou. And Shiori can actually, since she's good friends with him, can tell like something's wrong with Jirou now. She's asking him like, "Hey, did you and Akari get into another fight again?" And Jirou's like, "No, we didn't. It's just something kind of more complicated." Now Jirou's kind of afraid of asking Shiori like, "Hey, is it true that you're gonna stay with that you and Minami or Tenjin won't switch partners?" And he's wondering like, how is she going to react to that? How is she going to feel about that? So he just asks like, "Hey, are you going to be by his side forever?" And pretty much Shiori's kind of like, "Well, no, not really." That's what she kind of honestly says. She says, "Well, he's a cool guy and everything. But if I get the chance to be A rank, or we are A rank, then I wouldn't mind if I switched partners." And she did reference him a bit. And then that's when Jirou comes in and he realizes, oh, then the rumors were just a BS lie about her wanting to stay with Tenjin's side but forever. So then that's when he kind of makes his own declaration, his own plea, the fact that he'll do whatever it takes to get to A rank. And then he pretty much before he says, so then I can end up, so then we can end up being married partners. Right before he was about to say that, his boy gets involved in everything and he freaking cock blocks him from saying that. Because on his end, he sees something that was crazy to him. So we actually cut over to Akari. She's actually the one that I guess is cleaning up the shed after gym class. And everything. All of a sudden, Tenjin surprises her. This one box almost falls on her, but he saves her. And he's literally on top of her. He gets upset, asks if she's okay, and then obviously Akari, is very flustered at this moment. And that's when she asks the question to him. She asks him like, "Hey, is it true, or are you gonna stay by Shiori forever? Are you gonna stay by her side forever? Or are you not gonna switch partners pretty much? And pretty much Tenjin is like, well, things are going actually pretty nicely, honestly. What's the point in switching? Why mess everything up just to freaking why switch just to try to pretty much create that relationship the first pair had. So we pretty much find out in this episode that Tenjin is fine with being with Shiori, and he's fine with being with her pretty much till this whole practical exam is over with, and he's not really fine with and he doesn't really want to do the whole switching partner. So it gets Akari pretty emotional and everything. And she starts to cry, which shows that she still has feelings for Tenjin, because hey, she pretty much in a way kind of just legitimately got rejected right then and there. If anything, you could say like this was a rejection scene for Akari. Like she literally got rejected by her crush by saying like, yeah, I'm probably gonna stay with this one girl till the practical exam's over with. And we know Akari's been doing everything she possibly can to get this guy's attention to say, hey, I know Shiori's a good girl and everything. And I'm not saying Shiori's bad. Shiori, I like Shiori. She's actually, one of my favorite characters in this series. But Akari, in her mind, she's like, I want you to pay attention to me, and everything. And yeah, so she kind of lied. Tenjin sees this, and she kind of lies, saying like, oh, dust got in my eye and everything. But we know she's legitimately crying, because she's upset at the fact that, in a way, Tenjin rejected her. Now, Tenjin pretty much grabs like her cheek or her chin and everywhere. And I don't know, and we cut away from that because we see that Jirou's boy looked in on that. Now we kind of get we do get a little bit more information, but not ultimately the details there. So I don't know if there was anything extra he said to her. Maybe he said, I'm not gonna switch partners with you, and I'm gonna be fine with it. I don't know. Maybe he rejected her like straight up and everything. So I guess that will be a part where we'll see maybe down later the road, but they cut away from it. But that's when his friend, Jirou's friend, comes back, tells him the thing that's going on, and then it's kind of, I guess you can say, an awkward atmosphere, the whole standpoint of what's going on. So Tenjin and Shiori, they end up leaving. They're like, hey, we gotta go, so we'll see you. And then Akari and Jirou, they end up walking home, and it's kind of a little weird thing. Now the next day, we found out that Akari just, after school was over, just went straight back to their place. So it's kind of weird on Jirou's part. So after Jirou gets back from work, I believe, Akari's just sitting on the couch and everything, just laying down on the couch. And pretty much, pretty much, Jirou's asking her like all these things and everything. And he just sits down. He's like, I'm not Tenjin. And pretty much he's like, wait, what are you talking about, dude? And pretty much it's this whole thing of, he says that you kissed, Tenjin, you should be a lot more happier than the way you look. Because his friend told him like, oh, Tenjin kissed Akari, but the thing is, Akari is like, no, he didn't kiss me at all. He just told me that he's not looking to switch partners, pretty much. So that gets her a little bit more emotional, and she starts crying and everything. And obviously, we know from, I believe it was the first or second episode, I forgot what it was. No, it was the first episode. It was the first episode of the show, where Akari doesn't like when other people look at her when she's crying, especially if it's a guy, because I guess in a way she feels insecure about others looking at her, because of, I guess, people think of a different image of her. So Jirou's obviously like, I'm not looking, and he's wondering what she should do. And when I'm watching this, I'm like, dude, just freaking hug her and comfort her, bro. All she needs is a freaking hug. That's all you got to do when it comes to a girl that's being very emotional, very crying a lot, especially at the high school stage. Sometimes they need a hug. So my guy finally goes and he hugs her, pretty much says like, I'm sorry about what happened, but I'm not looking at you. you know, and everything, but I'm gonna be here. I'll be here and everything. Simple as that. Simple thing. So after that whole situation was done, he's kind of like, I don't know what I should have did. She was crying, and all of a sudden she comes out. She's wearing, I guess her clothes are still drying or whatever because they're still wet or something like that. And she's just wearing one of his shirts over her undergarments, pretty much. Which he's like, wait, we're doing that thing, and I'm like, yeah, dude. If a girl's wearing your own shirt, man, if she's wearing your own shirt under her undergarments, and then, mind you, she's leaning on him and everything. Heck, I think in a little bit, there's one panel where she freaking lays his head on him, on his chest, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, she's insanely crushing on you, bro. She likes you. She likes you a lot. If she's wearing your shirt, she's sitting side by side with you, she's chill. You know, I don't think this is just fall for an act. I think this is for, I think she really is like, you know, I think we've already known, established the fact that she likes him. And pretty much, you know, again, he makes a mention about the kiss and everything, and pretty much Akari's like, she starts laughing because she's like, you really think I go around kissing other guys like that? No, I'm not like that. Because what you did, you were the one that just abruptly kissed me. And pretty much Akari tells Jirou, confesses to the audience pretty much of the fact that, no, Jirou stole her first kiss. And pretty much, you know, the only guy she's ever kissed was Jirou. And pretty much she says that one kiss belongs to her. And I guess in a way she says, in a way that she's also implying that her lips belong to Jirou for now, because she kissed him, which... It's funny because Jirou's like, at this moment, he's just freaking out. He's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my gosh. And he's like wondering, like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this happy? I'm like, dude, you feel this happy because guess what? You freaking stole a kiss from a girl and it was her first kiss, and you're happy because you know now, guess what? You were her first kiss. So arguably, Jirou, a guy who's not really that popular, again, stole the first kiss of probably, I'm guessing, the most popular girl on their school campus. So, hey, props to Jirou. But, yeah, other than that, the scene also showed me that it, again, shows me that, Akari definitely got the feels for, our boy Jirou. Gonna be interesting. Again, it's gonna be freaking complicated with what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to actually have a moment where Akari and Jirou, by the end of this this season, I'm guessing, they'll get to A rank and they'll make the decision, like, do we want to switch partners or do we not? And I guess my prediction is they won't want to switch partners because they'll have grown to have created a relationship. But again, solid episode. I think it's the weakest out of the 4 episodes. But overall, still a solid episode. I enjoyed it. Again, I love watching more married couple videos and things like that. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, see you guys later. Peace.